Hello, everyone. I'm going to first introduce myself for people who maybe don't know me. My name is Deirdre Shen. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Capsho, which is the fastest way to repurpose and market your expert content.
My name is Marc Goeth. I'm the head of business development, partnerships, and sales at Pictory. Pictory is a generative AI video editing and video creation tool, and we help people repurpose their existing content into short form videos.
I would love to get your thoughts on this, Marc. Being in the space that you and Pictory, why is short form video so effective for podcast promotion?
Every platform now, from a social media perspective to email, they're all giving preference to short form video. YouTube has historically been all about long form video content. And now you're seeing this whole idea of YouTube Shorts start to become more and more prevalent. So this idea of using short form video content to drive people, to give them the opportunity to engage with that longer form content is really kind of the idea behind short form content. So this is kind of the idea behind it, is how do you easily extract some of the great nuggets, the great sound bites from content that you're creating, and in this case, podcasts that you're creating. How do you do that quickly?
Jovian, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Cool. So there is a toggle when you're inside an episode that you can go from Copy Studio to Creative Studio. So Copy Studio is where you can get all of your copy, emails, YouTube description, LinkedIn articles, all for different types of blog posts. But you can head over to Creative Studio, and this is where the magic happens that we're going to be talking about today. So Soundbites, let's talk about that. The AI behind Capsho has identified these is in 3 buckets. One is to, it really depends on the action that you want your audience to take. So do you want to just raise awareness for the fact that you talk about these topics, or that you actually even have a podcast? Do you want to get listens and views, or do you want to get engagement? And the really cool thing is that when you go in, you can generate an intro and script. So why don't we go ahead and do that? We'll just let the AI do its thing. And what's going to happen is it'll create a couple of lines that includes a hook, and that actually pre-frames the clip, this clip here at minutes and 28 seconds. And then it also creates a call to action, because this is all about raising awareness. So there's no specific call to action that I've put in here. I'm just saying, hey, there you have it. This is perspective. And so that's the really cool thing about how we've done this. So the way that I would use it, and I'm really curious to see what you do with this, Marc, but I would just grab my phone, I would just hit record. I would just talk into the camera, create the intro, outro, and then I would go over to Pictory and find this clip, put in these videos, and edit them together. But I'm going to stop there because I don't want to steal your thunder. Marc, if you wouldn't mind picking it up from there and showing us then how you would go from Soundbites in Capsho into Pictory.
So this is Pictory, which I'll get into in a second, but I'll jump back over to Capsho to kind of pick up where Deirdre was talking about, right? So this is my most recent podcast episode that I did with my friend Garen, where we were talking about video calls and how to basically show up professionally on video, if you will. So what I do, this is my current workflow. It's this one that I want to use, the power of first impressions and virtual communications, right? So what I would do is I would go in here and I would just kind of look to see, it's about the 10-minute mark. The podcast interview I had was 18 minutes. So I know it's going to be kind of in the second half of it. And I know this is Garen that's speaking. So I'm going to look for when you jump onto a Zoom call. So I've got this right here. I can copy this whole thing and take it over to Pictory, or I can just kind of copy the first 3 words. So that's what I'm going to do. With both of these solutions, you have to upload either the MP3 or MP4. So my process is I record this on Zoom. I immediately upload the MP4 recording to both platforms at the exact same time. So Pictory is transcribing it, Capsho is transcribing it, and we're both doing different things, right? So in this case, I have the full text transcription. I've got 18 minutes and 46 seconds worth of an interview. So what I do is I go here and I found it just like that. I found the part of the video that I want to highlight and export. So I just start from here, I highlight this text, and then from there, I click download video. So just like that, I was able to highlight the text, pull it out. And because I've set up an intro and an outro slide, which is basically me with a still image of my podcast with some background music, it's automatically applying that, because you can see here in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see JPP template. That's the title of my podcast. So every video that I create, it automatically appends a 10-second intro, which is just me and the podcast artwork with a background track, and then the same outro. But with what Deirdre just showed me, I want to go in and I want to actually read the script. And instead of having the background music on the intro, I want to have my voice reading the script, because I can provide a voiceover to that. So that's another kind of wrinkle in what we could do here. But that's how quick I was able to do it. I did this in real time. I'm not speeding this up, although it might sound like I'm talking really fast. So quickly and easily, I was able to find that highlight, download it, and that it's being generated in the cloud, so I could go back and find other ones while that one is actually being generated.
Wow, that is so cool. So it's literally taken just about 10 minutes to go from Capsho into Pictory, and here is pretty much the thing that you can put out there and start using.
And once the video is rendered, I'll share my screen again once the instant that it's available, and I'll show you that video is there and it's available for me to download as an MP4, and I could immediately share that on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, send it out in an email, and that's basically it. So it automatically puts the intro with the transition, the outro with the transition, and essentially what we're doing is we're just taking what Capsho tells us is the most engaging sound bites, finding that in the transcript, highlighting it, and downloading just that section of the video. So hopefully there's not a whole lot to edit. One thing also with Pictory is we host all of the videos as well. So if you wanted to share them from Pictory, you could share them from Pictory as well.
Awesome. Jen's asking, is there a way to make it formatted for TikTok Reels, Stories, or YouTube Shorts?
Yeah, so let me share that part, because I think that's probably the easiest way to answer some of these questions, and we can kind of dive into more of the editing pieces of it, right?
Furkan's question: do we need Capsho to use Pictory? You don't need to use Capsho to use Pictory, but I 100% stand behind the fact that using Capsho will actually up level the type of content that you're actually creating inside of Pictory, if that makes sense. So by the fact that we've done the identification, which is the part that honestly takes the most time, because as you can see, by using Pictory, the rest is like done like that. But the hardest part, the part that is going to take the most time, is the identification. And so that's where Capsho, that's what Capsho really excels in.
Absolutely. Definitely agree with that. I mean, we do some auto highlighting, but it's not looking at the content and saying, this is the best content to use if you want to get engagement. This is the best content that you use if you want to get more listens. Capsho is taking the idea of summarizing it and taking it to a level that takes the guesswork out of what content should I share if I want people to interact with this.
Yes, so cool. So why don't you show us first, I guess, you're going to show us how to format it for the different...
You can change the formatting, the aspect ratio right here. So if you wanted to do square, you could just change that. Right now, it's going to basically just center it up. But in the next screen, you basically are able to shrink that to fit on the 1:1. Same thing with 16:9 or 9:16. So I'm just going to leave it in landscape right now until we get to the next screen, and then I'll show you how to do and answer some of those questions that people had. So let me go to the next screen really quick, which is the customization of the video. So this idea of intro scene. So right now it's just my face with background music. If I wanted to record a voiceover, I would go to audio and record a voiceover for this scene.
Oh, so it doesn't even have to be your voice? Is that what you're saying?
You could use an AI voice, or you could record your own. So that's what I wanted to show. So the AI voice would be here. If you wanted to use an AI voice, you would just go to your story, and you would, in the intro scene, you would paste the text that you want, that Capsho provides to you. So you just paste that in, and then you would enable the AI voice to read that text. So you basically be able to enable that on a scene level. And basically then the AI is going to do everything for you. You're not doing anything. You're just pasting the text in there. So that's one way to do it. The other way would be to come here to this little button just below the thumbnail of the video and click record voiceover. So I could record a voiceover right here. I could just have what Capsho gives me for the intro, record that. It's going to automatically adjust the scene duration based off of how much text you record. And then it's going to use that. It's going to use the image or the background that you provide. If you recorded yourself saying it on camera, you could do that as well. And it's quickly and easily a way to create that full soundbite video where Capsho is giving you everything that you need for that.
That is super cool. Wow.
So B-roll. So let's say, for example, I wanted to swap this scene out. People are getting tired of seeing my face on screen, and I wanted to make this a little more dynamic. If I wanted to put something in here, we have over 3 million stock images and stock videos to choose from. So maybe I wanted to have some sort of stock that displays someone being professional. I could go over here to my visuals library. I could find one, and then all I do is click on it, and it's going to replace what's in the scene over here on the right. So you can just see that it updated that visual for that. If I wanted to remove it, I just click remove visual, and then it brings me back to my original video.
So simple, so easy. Oh my God. All right. Anything else? Yeah.
Let me just show you this really quick as well, the formatting. So right now it's in landscape. If I wanted to be in a portrait, again, so I could actually, since it's Garen that's talking or me that's talking, I could adjust this for each individual scene. Or if I just wanted the whole thing to appear, I would just basically toggle this switch, and it's going to shrink it to fit on the screen. You can adjust these, adjust the font. You can adjust all of the subtitles, etc. There's a lot of capabilities here. We don't have enough time to go over all of it, but the idea is it's really, really simple using these two tools to create a quick, easy 46-second, 50-second, 1-minute video out of the amazing results that Capsho is providing you. By the way, you can also upload an MP3. It doesn't have to be MP4. So if you had an MP3, you could just have that uploaded, still use the same process that I showed you. It just wouldn't have any imagery attached to it. So again, very, very quick and easy. Since I'm not a professional podcaster and I do this as a way to help me in my business, these tools give me what I need to do or what I need to be able to accomplish in a timely manner without having to hire an outside agency to produce this for me.
Yeah, for sure. Marc, you mentioned you could just upload an MP3 and an audio file, and it just wouldn't have the images. So what would you suggest? Is it just about using what's in your stock imagery but Pictory stock imagery to like overlay over the audio, or what's kind of your best practice thoughts around that?
Yeah, most people are probably going to have some sort of podcast artwork that you can use, just like I have for the intro and outro. So you could do something like that. Or you could simply do, what I just showed you with matching or finding something in our stock image and stock video library. So what we've done is we've contracted with all of these stock image providers to where you don't have to go out and create a subscription. You're just automatically able to leverage that with that Pictory subscription as well. So again, these two tools together, there's no content that you have from an audio or visual perspective that you can't now easily find the best pieces out of it and then repurpose that into short form video to help drive more listeners.
Yes. So amazing. Okay, so for anyone who wants to get in on the amazingness that is Pictory, how can they do that, Marc?
Yeah, check out pictory.ai. We actually have a promotion for anyone that's listening to this live or on the recording. You can use code Capsho to get 30% off of any of our premium or any of our annual plans. We also offer a free trial to kind of kick the tires on it. But pictory.ai, code Capsho. Made it super easy to remember. So definitely check that out. But my sincere thanks to Deirdre. You guys have built an amazing tool that makes it really easy for me.
Yeah, and same to you. It's just amazing to see what some of these, like what AI can do for us, and definitely on the video editing side, Pictory is really, it is a rising star. I'm so excited to be sharing what you guys do. So if you wanted to give Capsho a go, we do have a free trial. Please go to freegift.capsho.com. You'll get an extended free trial. You'll also get some cool bonuses around how to get your podcast discovered, how to get it visible on social media using tools like Pictory, for example. And if you have any questions, please do reach out. So that's it from us. Marc.
I could spend hours obviously talking about this stuff.
Yes.
But hopefully that answered people's questions, or at least gave you an idea of what's possible. And obviously I know Deirdre and her team are available to answer your questions. Likewise on our side, we see these tools as tools that should be in your toolkit.
100%.
If you're a content creator, a webinar creator, a podcast creator. I mean, I've used Capsho in the past for my webinars to summarize my webinars and extract some of the key stuff out of that. So maybe we'll do it with this. Who knows?
Yeah.
Kind of make it super meta. But no, we're here to help you. We want to make everyone successful, and excited to see where everyone takes this.
Yes. And if you sign up for pictory.ai, please use the code Capsho. Thank you, everyone. And I'm sure I'll be speaking to a lot of you very soon anyway. Bye.
Bye.